Hey guys, my name is Alex Lazarowicz and I'm the CEO and founder of Giraffe Design, and my partner is Forrest Dwyer. He's the Chief Creative Officer. I'd like to take you guys back about 12 months to explain how Giraffe Design came to be. About 12 months ago, I launched my first venture called Dorm Sleep, and we manufactured bedding products, most specifically a mattress topper, to be sold to college students throughout New England. And at 22 years old, I had an amazing opportunity to pitch my product to a Bed Bath & Beyond buyer. And I had the opportunity to get my product sold in about 1,000 retail stores. And as many of you know, the retail buying world is kind of the secret society, and I almost felt like a lab rat going into this meeting. I had exactly 30 minutes to pitch my product until the buyer went on to his next client. And 28 minutes had gone by, and we still had not discussed my mattress topper, which was frustrating, number one, and number two, just simply confusing. So what did we talk about for 28 minutes? Well, it was my packaging concept. This slide right here shows the corrugated box that we use to package our mattress topper. And believe it or not, once the topper is taken out of the packaging and placed on your bed, that college student can fold the box into this chair. Bed Bath & Beyond loved this concept. They loved it because they saw the potential for a college student to walk into a dorm room and see this funky cardboard chair with Bed Bath logos all over it, and it was certainly a conversation piece. And they knew it was a great marketing opportunity where they could build a camp. Typically, packaging is boring, it's cheap, and it gets thrown out almost every time, no matter what the product is. Giraffe is a packaging design agency with a niche focus on reusable packaging. So, an opportunity we have seen with reusable packaging is through social media platforms. The slide you see here shows a post made by a Facebook user showing off their lackluster cornhole skills, obviously missing the hole a couple times. And we believe these brands can seriously benefit from rolling out their new packaging upgrade through these social platforms. Like I mentioned before, the packaging allows them to extend the life of the brand physically, and in a unique way, social media allows the brand to interact with the customers socially. So at this point in our business model, we thought we'd be selling creative packages that could be used in social media campaign to enhance the value proposition of our toppers. But we quickly came to realize that we could eliminate being limited to packaging for our own product, the mattress topper, and change our business model to help brands design and manufacture packaging concepts for their own products instead of outright selling them the topper. And during this pivot, our plan was to eat the cost of design services and mark up the cost of manufacturing to generate revenue. This pivot, in the end, the most popular question that is being asked right now is your company or idea validated? And if so, how? So the Giraffe team went old school when it came to validating our agency. What we decided to do was kind of straightforward. We cold called a customer, we submitted a proposal, we pitched an idea, and boom. So this is where the Alex and Ani project is going to begin. The first step Giraffe takes when working with a brand is what we call the brand research and strategy stage. Our goal is to gain a complete understanding of the culture of Alex and Ani, the products they develop, how the customers interact. So survey results always provide an intriguing insight to any brand. For instance, we learned that over 50% of Alex and Ani's customers throw away their boxes. That's critical data. We also learned that most of the time, women use alternative forms of storage for their Alex and Ani bangles. And in this case, which I'm still shocked by, is that 72% of them buy the bracelet from Alex and Ani and use a different brand storage system. That's, number one, a problem for marketing, and number two, just kind of doesn't really make any sense. So we clearly have some issues that need to be solved here. So before we get into our brainstorming stage, we have the conclusion. We've analyzed the data, and we're now able to give suggestions to the brand on how we'd like to move forward to create a reusable packaging system. So, after all the research you just saw, it's time to begin the brainstorming stage. On the screen, you see the classic jewelry box used by almost every jewelry brand in the world, including Alex and Ani right now. And it's now time for us to go into the brainstorming and product development stage using the feedback given by customers and criteria given from the brand. Through several weeks of brainstorming and designing, Giraffe was able to develop a revolutionary system to solve the major pain points for the Alex and Ani customers and their brand. So the last step of our development process is to actually go ahead and prototype the packaging. The picture behind me shows the first prototype made for this design, and this was in fact presented to Alex and Ani. And for us, prototyping is one of the most important stages. Our last and final pivot came quite recently when we were actually working with Alex and Ani. We realized that the ideal situation for Giraffe would be to collect a consulting fee for our design work rather than trying to become the manufacturer of record. And becoming the manufacturer of record, so the brands represented on this page serve to show the total available market. And this is obviously done in a qualitative manner, but these are some of the largest brands in the world that we would like to work with down the road. And this shows our service available market. And what I mean by that is these are some smaller but very influential and innovative brands that are environmentally focused, and these are brands that represent the companies we'd like to start working with immediately and have a little bit of a smaller reach. Now, I understand that financial projections can't always be right and rarely are, so I tried to take the most conservative and realistic approach to these projections. If we were to land an Alex and Ani size account year one, like I mentioned before, we'd generate around $420,000 in revenue. And if we could add one additional account for the first 3 years, by year 3 we should be somewhere around $3 million in annual revenue. Lastly, we've learned so much from this experience. I think it would be fun to share some of what I've discovered with you guys. So in terms of thinking simple, when being creative and